Good morning. So, 10 years ago today, matter of fact, right now, I was at Harris Methodist Hospital in Fort Worth. And I was under anesthesia and having a tumor cut out of my left breast, and it was cancerous. So for those of you that don't know, I am a cancer survivor, and June is Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm here to tell everybody my story and to bring awareness to health, your physical health, your mental health, women's health, all of the health. So first of all, I urge everybody to get a mammogram because that's what caught my cancer. It was in my yearly mammogram. And my breast surgeon actually told me that I had my cancer for 8 years. 8 years. Think about that. So when she went back and, looked at all of my films and everything, she said that I'd had it for 8 years. That's a long time, y'all. And I didn't feel it. So let me backtrack here a little bit. So I had my mammogram. They called me the next day, and it was kind of ironic because Rob was having Mohs surgery on his face when they called me back, and I sent them to voicemail. So when I called them back, they said, "You need to come back in." And I said, "Huh?" And they said, "Yeah, you need to come back in." Well, I'd never gotten a call to come back in. But a lot of my friends had, my mom had, and they said, "Oh, it's not going to be anything. This happens all the time." So Rob went with me, and we went back in, and it was quite obvious from the sonogram that there was a mass there. And they told us at that time that I had to come back on Friday. Now, this was the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. What a sucky weekend to have a biopsy, right? So I went back Friday. They located the mass again. They did a biopsy. And the nurse practitioner took us into a room, and of course, I was so incredibly upset, and thank God Rob was there with me because he was asking all the right questions. He had the mental stability, and I will tell all of you, if you ever have anything super important medical-wise, business-wise, that you are emotionally involved in, you've got to take somebody with you that is the voice of reason. And Rob has a medical background, so he understands a lot more than what I do. And he can talk to them and decode it for me. Because, I ask some of the basic stupid questions, but he lets me ask them. And then later on, too, he explains a lot of things that I don't understand. So the nurse wouldn't come out and say it was cancer. But Rob asked her, okay, basically, if this isn't cancer, shake your head. She didn't shake her head. So we went through that weekend and really and truly tried not to think about it. But you can imagine that was really, really difficult to do. We left there and we tried to enjoy our weekend. And Tuesday morning, or Tuesday, we went about our lives. And Tuesday, I actually did a photo shoot on one of our projects. And our photographer was there, Gary Logan. He is a saint. And so, as we were leaving, the doctor calls me and tells me that the biopsy came back and I have cancer. Yeah, that was a hard one. So, of course, I get off the phone and I immediately break down. And Gary is there. And let me tell you, I snotted up his shirt, something awful. But he was awesome. Just awesome. So, I cried all the way home. And, of course, Rob was waiting there for me. And that's when I got busy. Because if anybody knows me, I attack everything. I research everything. I get all the materials, all the books, and 10 years ago, you didn't have all the resources even now that we have online, right? There were still lots of books that I bought. They still gave you, papers. So I had already made appointments with breast surgeons. And I had already scheduled my MRI because I'd called my family doctor and she had already scheduled that for me. So I was very, very proactive in this whole journey, right? You don't realize until you have a major medical illness how out of control you are. And I would attest to this. I don't like to be out of control. And he's over here grinning and shaking his head. But yeah, being out of control or not in control is not my thing. But I had this done, so when I went to my meetings with my doctors, I had my CD. So the first surgeon that I met with was not a good experience. She is renowned in Tarrant County where I live, but we didn't have that warm and fuzzy feeling, and I'm all about the warm and fuzzy feeling. Because if they're not going to be there for me, especially on that very first meet and greet, right? Yeah, they don't get a second chance. I mean, it's not like I'm coming in to remodel their house. They're coming in and messing with my life, right? So, I'm basically putting my life in their hands. So we met with the other one, completely night and day. Completely. She was awesome. Well, and of course her name was Robin, so how could she not be, right? So we got it scheduled super quick. That was the other thing. So I think I saw her that first, second, something like that, of June. Because remember, I found out I had cancer, I think it was May 27th. So fast forward to today, June 13th. That was pretty quick to have the tumor cut out. me tell you, ProSource, oh my gosh, ProSource Fort Worth had all of these t-shirts printed, and everybody there that day at that location wore them. So, you've probably seen the pictures in the posts, but we all went to the hospital into our Team Robin t-shirts, and unbeknownst to me, my team had even gotten people, all of my friends, family from around the country to take pictures, because when I got home that day, the driveway was lined with balloons. When I walked in the front door, there was a big sign with all the pictures from everybody. Y'all, I know a lot of people are private, but me opening up and telling all of my friends and my family about my cancer, them sending in their pictures and doing all of that, knowing that everybody was there for me, I get emotional right now just thinking about it. What everybody did just for me. The cards, the letters, the blankets, everything that I got, even the people that still reach out now, is incredible. So, I just have to say, even if you are a very private person, find your cheerleaders. Find those that will support you and be there in your corner, because you need those. There's a book called Radical Remission, and it's about people that have had cancer or have cancer, and medical science has given up on them. They've basically been told they have no chance of living. They have done everything that they can for them. Now, can you imagine being given that diagnosis? So, there is this PhD doctor that studied these people. And I think it's either 7 or 9 key similarities. One of them is basically your tribe, that support system. So I encourage all of y'all, and it doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't have to be a health crisis. It could be a death in your family. It could be divorce. It could be business problems. Find your tribe, lean into them, get them to support you, and make sure they are positive. Because let me tell you, that's what will get you through everything, is positivity, a great attitude. So, after my surgery, they got clean margins, thank goodness. And that was a journey that had lots of valleys, lots of highs. And as the summer goes on, I'll tell you about them. But just think about who's out there supporting you. Who is your cheerleader? Who can you cheer on? Because this world is huge. There's enough business, there's enough negativity out there that none of us need that. We need to be there for each other. We need to lift each other up. Because when I look back at my life, none of us come from perfect families. I 100% believe that my cancer came from the fact that I had been overweight most of my life. So my cancer was hormone driven. And let me tell you, I miss my hormones, but and I had gone through menopause by the time they found it. So, for reference, I was 50 years old. So, that was good, but it's also, I was, if you're in your 40s, it puts you at high risk. But since I was just 50, it also, that's another factor, that it puts me at a higher risk versus my mom, who had cancer the next year. That's another story. So, it's the fact that processed food came out when I was growing up. Not that, we ate a lot of it, but I think in those early years, they didn't know about the Hungry Man dinners or, all that kind of stuff. So there was a lot of junk in it. But I also look at the fact that I ate a lot of junk. I was very overweight. And it wasn't until I had cancer that I really and truly changed my lifestyle, changed my eating, and it is a lifestyle change. Now, I had lost a lot of weight, so y'all know I've lost 170 pounds. So I've lost a whole nother person, right? And it is a constant battle keeping it off. But I feel so much better now than I did then. So for more than half of my life, I was very heavy. So I have no doubt that contributed to my cancer. So I'm here to tell you, positivity, diet, lifestyle, those are all things that we need to be cognizant of, and get your cheerleaders in your corner. Because let me tell you, finding those people, finding your tribe, it makes all the difference. I look forward to hearing everybody else's story. I look forward to hearing your story. If I can help you answer questions, just reach out. I'll be going live to tell y'all what I felt, what it was like for my family, because it was difficult. Being the one that's sick, watching their faces, and then being the caregiver when they are sick, it takes a toll, y'all. So, stay tuned. You'll see a lot more of me. And I hope y'all have a great day. Rob and I love the beach. He does not. So he is here this morning just with me because he knows how much I love it. But we have been working for so long to design the life where we can work from just about anywhere. And we are very fortunate that we have a team that is absolutely awesome. They are top notch. So that's what makes our lives easier. So I just have to give a big kudos to my team, and hopefully they're watching this or will watch it. But thank you. And thank you to all of you who have been there for me over the years. To those people I haven't met yet, my friends, my family, everyone that have supported me over the years, it means the world. So, y'all, go out and make it a great day. I hope it's beautiful where you are today, regardless of the weather. And we'll talk soon.